Teacher, can you see the screen? Hello, teacher, can you see the screen?
Hello, good morning, Tangachan sir.
Good morning, good morning. Can you see the screen now?
Yes, sir. It's clear.
I'm just sharing my screen. You please have a look on that, whether it is clear to you. Teacher, can you see the screen now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I'm just sharing one document. Can you read this? Research.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is readable, no?
Yes, sir. Just have to expand it.
Okay, thank you.
So, Tangachan sir, it seems all the students of Loreto College have joined. Can we start now?
Yes, okay.
Okay, Sister Christine, shall we start? And Lissy Miss and Idu Miss, shall we start? Okay, thank you.
Yes, Miss, we can start.
A very warm good morning to each and everyone attending the webinar. Starving research and development is like eating the sweet corn. It's a famous quote from Mitt Romney.
Research is a process of systematic inquiry that entails collection of data, documentation of critical information, and analysis and interpretation of data or information in accordance with suitable methodologies set by specific professional fields and academic disciplines.
I welcome you all to the 18th webinar session on the topic Perspectives of Research in Education, organized by Carmel Forum of Mount Carmel College of Teacher Education for Women, Kottayam, in collaboration with Loreto College, Kolkata. Prayer is the link that connects us with God. Let's begin today's session by seeking the blessings of God Almighty. I invite Ms. Parvati and Ms. Ansha for the prayer song.
Bind us together, Lord, bind us together with cords that cannot be broken. Bind us together, Lord, bind us together, bind us together with love. There is only one God. There is only one King. There is only one body. That is why we sing. Bind us together, Lord, bind us together with cords that cannot be broken. Bind us together, Lord, bind us together, bind us together with love.
I invite Ms. Divya George Varghese of first year B.Ed to deliver the welcome speech.
A very warm welcome to one and all present here for the 18th session of Carmel Forum. I am grateful to welcome you all to this webinar on the topic Perspectives of Research in Education. As we come to the 18th webinar of the series, a very special welcome for our resource person, Dr. T.C. Thangasan. Thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation on behalf of Mount Carmel College of Teacher Education for Women. We extend our hearty welcome. I welcome Sister Christine Cotton Ho, Principal of Loreto College, Kolkata, who have extended their collaboration for today's webinar. I would like to offer my greeting towards our beloved Principal, Professor Dr. Suma Joseph. Welcome, ma'am. I also welcome the staffs and students of Loreto College to this webinar. I welcome our teacher coordinator, Dr. Lissy Koshi, Dr. Mary Shiba Jos, and Dr. Needu Neena ma'am. They are the fundamental organizers of the entire webinar series. Welcome all. I welcome our student coordinator, Ms. Nimi Kurian, to this webinar. I also welcome our teachers, administrative staffs, M.Ed and B.Ed students to this occasion. Let me also welcome the resource scholars from Loreto College to the webinar. Once again, I welcome each one of you to today's deliberation. Thank you.
Thank you, Divya. Now I invite Ms. Simi Felix of first year B.Ed to introduce the resource person of the day.
Good morning, everyone. Proceeding with my duty, here I am introducing the resource person, Dr. T.C. Tangachan. Completed his master's degree in political science, sociology, English literature, journalism and mass communication, philosophy of religions, applied psychology and education from different universities of South India. He has also completed MPhil from Madurai Kamaraj University and PhD in education from Alagappa University, Karikuri, Tamil Nadu. He has authored 25 books, published 22 chapters in edited books, 91 articles in national and international journals, 42 papers in national and international conference proceeding, 26 documents and reports. He has successfully completed 2 major research projects and 1 minor research project funded by UGC, guided and produced 3 PhD research guide at School of Pedagogical Sciences, MG University, Kerala. He has participated and presented papers in 20 international, 41 national and 25 regional seminars. He has visited and participated in conferences at University of Malaya, Alien University, Stanford University, California University, Alhausen University, Geneva Business School and other countries. He has honored with several awards, Outstanding Faculty Award, Shiksha Ratan Puraskar Award for Best Paper Presenter instituted by CTE National India, Dr. Vedamani Manual Award for Best Paper Presenter of the Year, etc. He is the member, Board of Studies, MG University, Kottayam, Chief Editor, Educational Extract, Associate Editor of the E-Journal, Journal of Contemporary Education Research and Innovation, Member Editorial Board, International Journal of Multidimensional Research, Member Editorial Board of international journals such as Asian Research Review from University of Malaya, Malaysia, West African Journal of Open and Flexible Learning, published by National Open University of Nigeria and Founder President, Society of Innovative Researchers and Academicians. He has 21 years of teaching experience at education level. We are extremely fortunate to have such an amazing personality with many allocations to serve as our resource person in this 18th webinar session of the Carmel Forum. Looking forward for a fruitful session. Welcome and over to you, sir.
Thank you and good morning all, dear teachers from both the colleges, principals, the participants of this webinar. I'm so happy to see the students and teachers from Loreto College. I know your principal, Sister Christine. We are friends. We met in different programs organized by All India Association for Christian Higher Education and Xavier Board of Education in different parts of India. And the principal of Mount Carmel College of Education is also our friend, Dr. Suma Joseph, and other faculty members, Mary Shiba Jose and Lissy Koshi Madam, and other faculty members. Dear students, without any introduction, let me enter to the topic of discussion today. Today we have selected a topic, perspectives in research, especially perspectives of research in education. I was thinking about what is to be presented before you. I thought we need some clarifications on research, and I have 2 objectives in mind. One is majority of you are UG students, and from the UG category, majority of you may have completed your PG also. So you need a good introduction to develop an interest in research. Many students know they are not aware of the purpose of research, why we are doing the research. So my first objective is to develop an interest among the participants to do the research. Secondly, I have another objective, give some clarifications and new areas of research which we have major thoughts in different aspects, which is developed by or forwarded by the so-called National Research Foundation, Government of India. You know that the National Policy on Education 2020, they are more concerned about the research in India. So I have these two objectives in mind. Then I have prepared the PPT and more than 50 questions also to discuss with you. So let me start with a question. So I'll present the question before you, and you are requested to answer that question. You can use the chat box. At the same time, one or two can say something on the same area. You can use your mic, no problem. So let me share the screen and see the question. Then we will go directly to the area of research. I hope you can see the screen. Anybody, please respond. Use your mic. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Question number 1. You read the question in mind. Then one or two can respond using your mic. Research in education means, I had given 4 options, and from the 4 options, 3 combinations are given at the last. You identify, and I hope you have already decided your answer. Decided? Anybody, please respond. I can't see the chat box.
Yes, sir.
Then you give me the answer. What is the answer? What is the answer in your mind?
I've chosen the option B.
Option B.
Yes, sir.
Option B is B, C, and D.
Yep.
Okay, why you have selected B, C, and D?
Because research, it is definitely a systematic study.
Yes.
Once you do a research, you have activities designed, plus researches are interdisciplinary. So you discover the relationship that various subjects have. So that's why I've chosen B, C, and
Good.
D.
Why you have avoided A, an inquiry designed to promote the development of a science of behavior?
Because inquiry is part of something that is systematic. So that's why I chose B, C, and D.
Okay. Another thing is, research in education doesn't mean development of a science of behavior. Science of behavior is something related to ethics, morality, other area of research, not research in education. So your answer is correct and your logic is correct. B, C, and D. That is the answer. Then I am going for another question. Then we will stop and we will directly enter to the topic. Question number 9. You read question number 9, then find out the answer. Which of the following is the criteria of scientific studies? The criteria of scientific studies. Anybody can answer? Anybody can answer. Please unmute your mic and share your views. Please, any of you can.
All of the above.
Hello? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Many of the participants have chosen the option D.
Option D.
They're answering in the chat box. Yes, sir. All of the above.
Okay,
The
okay.
answer
But I can't see the chat box. That's why I'm asking.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So your answer is correct. This is the criteria. The purpose of research should be clearly defined. The procedure used. The purpose of research here means the aims and objectives. All those things it will come. Research procedure, that is the methodology to be detailed. Then design of research should be carefully planned. The steps, the phases, and role. So all the above is the answer. Then I'm coming back to the screen. Let me ask a small question. Then there you can give some answers in your chat box. No problem. I have opened the chat box also. This is my question. Which is more important in research from the point of view of a researcher? Which is more important in research from the point of view of a researcher? You can give it in the chat box. Most important thing in research. Please use the chat box. You can type 1 or 2 sentences or 1 or 2 words, no problem. Or 1 word, it's okay, no problem. Effectively contribute to the knowledge pool. Okay. Anybody else? Any other answer? You know that one of the major problem of this online program is students will not be active. They may not be active and they may go for some other activities. That's why I'm going for interactive session. Definitely you need to put something in the chat box. At the same time, when I say, you can use the mic also. Jancy Augustine, clear objective. That is the important thing. Relevance of the topic. Okay. Okay. Any other? Students, you are requested to involve the process. Analysis is more important, by Archana Devi. Students from Loreto College, please be active. We have only received 4 answers. Enhance subject knowledge. Okay. Only 5 have responded. We are more than 80 in this group. Please share your views. Yes, please. Which is more important in research? According to your point of view, which is more important in research? Somebody have written objective, somebody have written relevance of the topic, some have analysis, enhance subject knowledge, effectively contribute to the knowledge pool. There are a number of answers. But each and every researcher or a student, attitude, what attitude and which attitude? All your answers, no? We had given certain answers based on some of the previous knowledge that we have already. So somebody has told us that the objectives are more important, analysis is more important, so be very careful in analysis. Some may have shared their thoughts related to the methodology of teaching. Actually, all these things are not the real what do you call the real important thing or significant thing. The significant thing is somebody has given, one lady has given an orientation. Actually, we need an interest and motivation to solve the felt difficulty or the problem. That is more important in research. All the other things will come later. The most important thing is our positive attitude, our scientific attitude, our motivation, our own interest, our commitment towards what? To solve the problem, to solve the felt difficulty. That is more important. Many students and research scholars ask me, sir, please give me a problem to do research. Please give me a problem. Actually, they are not entitled for research. Why? Because when I feel a difficulty, that means we call it as a felt difficulty. Definitely, I should think that how I can solve this problem. There starts research. My problem or the problem identified by myself may not be the problem of you. I hope the point is clear. So the most important thing is the commitment, the interest, the positive attitude to solve the problem, to solve the felt difficulty. Suppose if you feel that there are certain problems related to environment, this may affect our future. We will think about how to solve this problem. Do we need to give some orientation in the school subjects to solve the problem? Or do we go for some experimentation in different levels? There comes the interest in solving the problem. You take another example. The accidents, especially the road accidents, are increasing. The violation of the rule is increasing. This is the felt difficulty you feel or you identify. You may search for how to reduce this, how to avoid this. There are a number of strategies. Go for some innovative strategies, like among the college students or in the higher secondary school itself. Include the traffic rules as part of the curriculum. Prepare a draft, implement in 1 or 2 schools. Then wait for some years whether this is fruitful or not. This is research. So every research start from a felt difficulty. Every research start from a felt difficulty. Our commitment, our motivation, our interest, and our attitude, that determines whether this is to be solved or not. That is most important in research. But unfortunately, we are more concerned about the procedures, preparing the objectives, preparing the methodology, or going for analysis, data collection and all. All these things will come next. The first thing is the identified problem is to be solved. That level of commitment, that level of interest is to be developed. This is most important. So my objective here is to raise your level of interest to solve the problem. Then may I go for a small exercise with you. I humbly request all the participants to include the process or the procedure or interaction. Otherwise, this type of what we call the online program will not be fruitful. And if you don't want these type of programs, I will stop also. I am like that. I won't waste my time. Clearly, I say I won't waste my time. Okay. So this is a simple exercise. In education, which are the areas that need deep researches? You identify and suggest. Which are the areas? That means which are the issues that you have identified to be solved at the earliest. I hope it is clear. Which are the areas or problems to be solved at the earliest? What is your concern? You can put it in the chat box. I am just checking the chat box. Yes, research on environmental problems, good. We need a good environmental education package. You connect it with education. This is one of the issues. Any other issue? Medicinal areas. Will you please define which is the area? In medicinal areas, maybe the lifestyle diseases related. Yes. Researches on sexual violence, special children, researches to help the special children, material science. You directly come to the education area. Nanoscience area, material science. Okay, good. Number of researchers are doing in nanoscience area. Any other? Research on how to tackle down inflation. Okay, good. The economic students, they can go for this type of researches. We are going to face an economic slowdown also. Inclusive education, how to include the excluded population. We need researches in that area. Okay, computational linguistics is another very good area. Computational linguistics. Okay, good. I appreciate your interaction. Then I'm going little more deeper. Here you have analyzed the areas of research. Then you go for specific problems, specific issues. I hope it is clear. For example, research which helps to the special children, inclusive education, research on sexual violence. These are the areas, or in computational linguistics or nanoscience. Among this area, you suggest one or two issues or problems. I'll give you 1 minute. You think and post in the here in the chat box. Specific area. This is area. Then go for specific problem. Yes, textbook creation for differently abled children. That means we have textbooks, but for the differently abled, we need some more emphasis. So to prepare that differently abled students textbook, what is to be done? Researches can be conducted. Researches can be conducted. Because this is one of the areas or one of the specific problem. We have a number of books, textbooks, but for the differently abled children, the content of the textbook, that is to be more deeper. Actually, that is not there. Then, which are the content areas to be included? How to prepare the textbook, especially for them, including the general category of students. Those researches can be conducted. Okay. I'm waiting for some more interactions. Development of eco-friendly products. Green chemistry is a good area. Green chemistry is a good area. Nowadays, we need something green more. For example, green chemistry. At the same time, we need a green economy. We need a green economy. We need a green value system. Green values, green morality. It's a good area. Eco-friendly products. See, we can go for eco-friendly value-added products. We are using number of materials. Many of the materials are recycled and reused. Then how to go for value-added projects? Then another area suggested here is teaching methods. See, we use different teaching methods. In online also, people present and students, they sat. At the same time, they may sleep. How to improve this quality of teaching in, for example, in online classes? The quality of interaction in the online classes. Do we have any particular teaching methodology? See, have you heard about a technique or a combination called Xviii technology? Xviii. If you heard about that, I am not explaining. Otherwise, I'll explain. Xviii. If you have heard, no. Okay, then I'll explain. Please explain. It is a combination of two technologies. For example, the digital technology in one side and the physical material technology in the other side. You take a simple example. Our classes, our general normal classes are physical classes. Physical. We present in the class, we present in the class with our own devices, our own support system, using chalkboard or computer or PPT or videos or whatever it is. This is to some extent the physical materials and facilities around us. This is physical. At the same time, digital. You know that information in finger touch is called digitus. Digitus is developed as
Dear participants, please wait. I think there's a network issue in the SIRS system. It will be resolved soon. Please wait.
Hello. Sorry, I faced some network issue here. Hope you can hear.
Yes, sir. It's clear.
Yes. Thank you. So we were discussing about some of the problems and why these digital and physical technologies are to be integrated. We call it another term which is called blended learning, blending the online. So digital means blending the physical materials and the physical classroom along with the digital, the online. You can go for Swayam program, Swayam, SWAYAM, Swayam. Suppose somebody is taking a class on any area means research or technology or whatever it is. They can go for some activities which is already given in the online courses and programs like Swayam. This is called a phygital. So we need research in phygital also. Nowadays, related to methodology, we are using some research techniques supported by digital technologies. Actually, what we need is now the combination of physical and digital technology is to be implemented. Okay, just I have given an introduction to research, especially just to understand your level of research. I hope you are good in doing research, and especially you have some capacities also of thinking. Then I am directly entering to my topic. I was just checking you from where I have to start. Okay. The first thing I would like to explain with you, that is the prerequisite for research. The prerequisites for research. Which are the prerequisites for research? Anybody please suggest your viewpoints? Please give your viewpoints. Which are the prerequisites for research? Anybody? Number one, that was one have written subject knowledge, interest, observation. The most important thing is interest, commitment, and motivation to do research or to solve the felt difficulty. That is the prerequisite. I hope it's clear. So don't say that subject knowledge, observation, and other things, perseverance or whatever it is. The most important prerequisite is interest, commitment, and motivation to do research or to solve the felt difficulty. This is number one. Secondly, each and every researcher, including the research guide, researcher means researcher or research guide, or your supervising teacher, when you go for some small projects or researches in your UG or PG classes, you may have a research guide. The research guide and the research scholar or the student both should have analytical and penetrating mind. Analytical and penetrating mind. What is that? What is analytical mind and what is penetrating mind? You please share in the chat box. What is analytical mind, and what is penetrating mind? Yes, ability to think critically. Before thinking critically, we need to analyze. What is analyze? Analytical. In research, each and every word has its own meaning. Each and every word has its own meaning. Analytical means taking an idea or a theme or a problem and divide that idea or theme or problem into different subunits, different areas, and that is analytical. I hope it is clear. When you take a variable, you take a simple example. If you say that intelligence is a variable, intelligence, what is that intelligence? First of all, we need to go for an analytical mind, or to apply the analytical mind in intelligence. Means, which are the components of intelligence? Suppose, if I say socio-economic status, that is a variable. Now, what is analytical mind applying in that variable? Which are the areas in socio-economic status of a person? His education, his income, his occupation. These are the minimum things. This is analytical. I hope it is clear. So, every researcher has to go for the variable or the theme or the problem or the felt difficulty, then identify the components. Identify the components. Then again go for subcomponents. This is analytical and penetrating. Penetrating, you have written, is correct. Ability to think deeply. Going deeply into the matter is called penetration. So this is research. I hope it is clear. Two things. Two prerequisites I have explained. The third one is training in an apt research methodology. Training in an apt research methodology. We have different research types. Then how to select a particular method? Many students, when they select the method, may not be the right method. For example, you take a simple example from COVID-19. The severe effect of COVID-19 to some extent have moved out. But its effect still exists. Its effect still exists. Its effect still exists in our economy, to some extent in our classrooms, to some extent in our group gatherings, etc. Another example, many people from Kerala, we have affected by flood in different years, in 2018, 19 and all. We have affected. But still its effect exists. I hope my idea is clear. Which methodology can be applied for doing this type of research? You please share in the chat box. See, on August 6th and 9th, in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the US Army used atom bombs. But still its effect exists. What type of research methodology that we use? What type of research you use? Anybody? Experimental, survey, phenomenological research, ethnographic research, or anything more? If you don't know the answer, you please put a message, no, I don't know. Then we will explain. Otherwise, I will wait for your answer. Which methodology can be used? Case study or survey method? Okay. Any other? Experimental method, survey method, commutational method, survey, anecdotal method, question and answer, asking questions. No, your answer is wrong. All the answers are wrong. No case study, no quantitative comparison, case study, no. See, in this area, we need some more training, because based on the topic or based on the objective of my study or the system exists, we need to select the methodology or type of research. Here, a thing that has already happened, using the atom bomb that has already happened, the flood that has already happened, we cannot recreate all those things again. Okay, the COVID that has already happened, we cannot recreate and reintroduce, but its effect still exists. That methodology is called, or type of research is called, ex post facto research. Clear? Ex post facto research. You know the spelling? Otherwise, I will type. Ex post facto. Ex post facto research. I hope this methodology is clear. You cannot select case study. You cannot select case study. Can be one of the techniques in ex post facto. Cannot go for other asking questions and all, because ex post facto is the method, at the same time the type of research, because the thing that has already happened, but its effect still exists. Okay, suppose I had given some orientation to you, which is the most important thing in research. I repeatedly said the interest, commitment, and motivation to do research or to solve the felt difficulty. This is the most important thing I have explained. Its effect also will exist for some days. Somebody else is asking a question which is more important in research. You will repeat this, because the effect of that explanation exists. The effect of that explanation exists. So this type of research is called ex post facto research. Okay. Then another one, I'm not going for the normal basic research or fundamental research or applied research or action research, and also now we have another research which is called formalized research. Formalized research. What is that? Formalized research. Research with substantial structure and with specific hypothesis to be tested. This is called formalized. Okay, clear? That means the researches with a clear structure, clear design, clear procedure to be adopted. Many of the scientific researches which is going in laboratories, which is there in the famous research departments, research wings, with a specific hypothesis to be tested. That is called formalized researches. Formalized researches. See, in many of the surveys are not so formalized because we cannot always tick on substantial structure. When we collect the data from different sources, there may be some procedural, some structural changes. Then another form of research, another method of research or type of research is exploratory research. Exploratory research. What is this exploratory? Please, you might have heard about this word. You please share in your chat box. What is exploratory? To explore, to research. To explore means what? To explore means to develop certain hypotheses, not testing the hypothesis. Developing the hypothesis itself is also a research. That is exploratory, exploring through research which has certain base in the hypothesis. You know that what is meant by a hypothesis. What is a hypothesis? Give me in the chat box. What is hypothesis? You might have heard about this word, hypothesis. Hypothesis is assuming imaginary situation. Conclusion, hypothesis is not a conclusion. Hypothesis is an assumption based on certain theories or tentative assumption or tentative guess or a shrewd guess. Guess is hypothesis. Means little more scientific guess, tentative assumption is called hypothesis. So developing certain tentative assumptions is exploratory research. I hope that is clear for you. Then you might have heard about longitudinal researches. Longitudinal researches. What is this longitudinal research? Can you give an example of longitudinal researches in education? Waiting for your response in the chat box. Anybody? Longitudinal researches. Give an example.
Dear participants, please wait. Sir will be back soon.
Okay. Again, I lost my connection. Sorry. Now it's clear.
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Yes. Thank you. So we were talking about the idea is almost correct, not perfect. Longitudinal study is a study carried on over several time periods. For example, we give some experimentation on children up to 5 years. Then again we extend to 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, or 40, 50, 60, 80. The entire lifespan of people that can be studied. So actually we can conduct a longitudinal study on the impact of COVID-19. At the same time, the influence of vaccination also. After 10 years, what will happen? After 20 years, what will happen? There are a number of longitudinal studies is happening. I'm also a sample of one of the longitudinal studies. I'm a sample. I'll explain that also. I'm a diabetic. Last 22 years, I am taking insulin and all. Juvenile diabetics it is. When I was at the age of 24, started this juvenile diabetes. A number of studies are going around the globe. Those who have affected diabetes and completed 5 years. Again, after 5 years, they will check our physical, emotional, everything, all the features. Then after 5 years, again, they will check. I have already completed 4 sampling procedures by a very famous medical institute. Now I have completed 20 years, 22 years I have completed. Now it is 23. So after 25 years also, they will go for another checking and testing. How much and how many years the effect of this insulin will affect our body and all. So I am a sample. This is longitudinal, carried on over several time periods. 5 years. So you taken a history of India also. After our independence, the first 5 years, how was the administration or rule or governance in the first 5 years? Then after another 5 years, then 15 years, 20 years, 60 years, 65 years, or whatever it is. This is longitudinal. So if you are interested in that type of research, go for longitudinal methodology. Then another research which is called conceptual research. Conceptual research. What is conceptual research? You give your idea. Please give your idea. What is conceptual research? Conceptual. Based on concepts. Almost all the researches are to some extent based on concepts. Now, what is special in this conceptual research? What is special? Conceptual research is researches on abstract concepts. Abstract concepts. And interpret the abstract concepts based on the existing theories. This is conceptual research. See, there are number of abstract concepts to us. Number of abstract concepts. It's not fully clear to us. For example, what is happening our death? What will happen? Do all people think differently? Do all people think differently? Or there are combination of people or group of people, they think in a same way? To some extent, this is not clear to us. To some extent, it is abstract. This is to be interpreted using the existing theories. This is called conceptual research. Somebody has written, one Archana Devi has written, study on already known information. What is that research actually? Study on already known information. This is called analytical research. Study on already known information. So analytical research means a critical evaluation of the already available facts or information. That is analytical, not conceptual. So why I am differentiating all these different types of researches? Just to get a no practical experiments. Where in conceptual research, no need of practical experiments, because we have certain theories. That theories may be useful for interpreting the abstract concepts. That is conceptual research. Then I will give some ideas that you have to define, and you have to say what type of research it is. I will give you some ideas. For example, number 1, you are requested to use the chat box. The researches conducted on real life situations, or researches conducted in the field or in the real life situations. What is that research? Researches conducted on real life situations or in field. Use the chat box. Case study. Answer is no. It's not case study. Exploratory, no. Longitudinal, no. That is field research. That is field research. Survey is a method of research. Field research. Conducted in real life situations or in the field. This is called field research. Okay, another one. In-depth approach in case study to reach the basic cause and remediate it. In-depth approach in case study to reach the basic cause and remediate. What type of research it is? What type of research it is? Ethnographic? No. Case study? No. Case study is already there. Conceptual? No. This is called clinical research. Clinical. Identifying the cause, then remediating that. A form of case study also. This is called clinical research. Somebody has written ethnographic. What is ethnographic? What is ethnographic? Ethnographic means understanding and identifying the ethnic features of different groups. Ethnic features. See, there are certain common ethnic features of people living in India. The Dravidian ethnic group, the Aryan ethnic group. See, the people of West Bengal, we know that we have students from Calcutta also. Actually, the Renaissance started in West Bengal. Many of the writers, thinkers, they are from West Bengal. People traveling all over the world for a job, migration, that is more associated with the people of Kerala. Why this ethnic group? Why this ethnic group? They are going abroad. Compared to other states in India, the people from Kerala is going, they are going out, abroad. Do we have any ethnic characteristics or features associated with that? That study is called ethnographic studies or ethnomethodology. That is the methodology used in ethnographic study. That is called ethnomethodology. Ethnomethodology. Why the Africans are very strong physically? They are very fast. We need some studies in that. Why the Jews are more intelligent? You see the number of Nobel Prizes, including Albert Einstein. They are from the Jewish community. This is ethnographic studies. Conceptual, a case study means an in-depth study about a case, an institution, or a unit. Its process, its procedures, its characteristics, its outcomes. This is called case study. In-depth study about a case or an individual or in a group or in a society or an institution. This is called case study. So I hope the different categories of research is clear to you. I'm not explaining all those things like the pure research, the experimental research, the survey, all those things we are more aware of. Then we are going for sampling. May I ask a small question? You have to, you know that what is sampling? Sampling is a procedure for selecting or a scientific methodology for selecting the subjects for studying an issue or a problem or a theme. See, every item in the population has an equal chance of inclusion in the sample. What type of sampling it is? What type of sampling it is? I repeat once again, every item in the population has an equal chance of inclusion in the sample. Equal chance of inclusion in the sample. Please respond. What type of sampling it is? Every item in the population has an equal chance of inclusion in the sample. Waiting for your response. Probability sampling. Probability is a general term. You give the specific term for that type of sampling. Anybody? All students have left. Please respond. I repeat once again. Yes, that is correct. Aneha, it is random sampling. Random. Random means every item in the population has an equal chance. Equal chance. That is random. Okay. I am asking another question. Selection of sample based on the ease of access or convenience. What is that sampling? Suppose if you conduct a study among the students, the second year B.Ed students of Mount Carmel College of Education or the first year students of Loreto College, Calcutta, West Bengal, what is that sampling? Selective sampling? No, it is called not cluster sampling, it is called convenient sampling. Convenient. Because I'm checking or I'm concerned about my convenience. Many researchers, they select sample from the nearby school, nearby college and conduct an experiment and they will write it is randomly selected. Actually, it is wrong. It is convenient sampling. The selection based on the ease of access or the convenience. So it is convenient sampling. What is cluster sampling? Somebody has written here cluster sampling. What is cluster? Cluster means the grouping of population and selecting the groups rather than individual elements. Cluster means selecting a group. For example, you take an example from your B.Ed class. Your B.Ed belongs to English, natural science, physical science, different subjects, social science also, different subjects you have. And you select mathematics also. You select students based on your grouping. For example, you select English students or you select mathematics students. So the complete 8 or 10 students from the mathematics group or physical science group is being selected. This is called a cluster. I hope it is clear. Then I am asking another question. Fixing the total size of the items in each group or stratum. What is that? sampling. From physical science, I fix 2. From natural science, I fix 2. From social science, I fix 2. Or 3, whatever it is. What is that sampling? That means fixing the total size of the items in each stratum. No, it is not stratified sampling. It is not stratified. It is called quota sampling. Quota, because I have selected the group. Then from the group, I fix the size. In stratified random sampling, we may not fix the category. Only 5 I am selecting from this class. Another class 5. Another class 5. I fixed the quota from that group. I hope it is clear. Stratification is another one. This is more scientific stratification. Based on the nature of the population, we divide the sample into male, female, or transgender, urban, rural, or semi-urban. Then different categories. General category, community-wise, general category, minority, forward caste, backward class, those categories. Because my population belongs to different features, I go for stratification of that. Then I select number based on their population number. For example, when you go for a stratification in B.Ed classes, because you are in the B.Ed session, no? Ours is a co-education college here. I divide my class into different strata: English, natural science, physical science, commerce, mathematics, whatever it is. Then in stratification, what I do is, suppose if the social science students are more, 15 students are there, then I take 5 or 4 from there. Then male and female students, 43 are female. So I have to take more from female. We have only 7 male here, so less male. Because their population is different. Their population number is different. So no need of taking equal. I hope it is clear. But in quota, we fix the total size of the items in each stratum. If it is 5 for one class, another 5 for another class. That is quota. The stratified is, the population is stratified into non-overlapping subgroups, and items are selected from each stratum. The strata or the subgroup will not be overlapped. That is the difference. I hope this is clear for you. Okay. Another sampling methods are there. I am not going for that. I'll give you the short notes that I have prepared to you. It is already mailed to the coordinators of the program. The questions to be answered. Then the teaching material. Again, the PPT also. Why I am not using PPT? I hope you are clear about why I am not using PPT. I have prepared PPT, and I hope that I wasted some time for that. Now I am not using, because if I use PPT and all, you won't respond. In a class, the most important thing is response from the part of the participants. That's why I changed my strategy. And after my class, you will get all those things. The material I have prepared for you will be distributed by the coordinators to you. Lisi Koshi madam, you please share the matter with them.
Yes, sir. Sure,
Yes.
sir.
After completing my session, you give the PPT it is already there. Everything is detailed there. Then I have prepared a short summary of what I am talking here in the class. Short summary. Everything is very crystal clear in that summary that you can give. Again, I have prepared some questions to be discussed with the students. 4 or 5 questions we will discuss. All the other questions you can go for directly. So,
Okay, sir. Sure.
students, you don't worry, you will get all the materials. Okay. Then we go for the steps of research. What are the major steps or procedures of research? Number 1, problem identification and defining that. Problem identification here means this has different dimensions. Number 1 is in problem identification, problem sensitivity. Problems are around us, whether we sensitize or not. I'll give you a small example. Students of Loreto College may not know. In Kerala, recently, some weeks back, an accident happened near the central part of Kerala. The students, they went for school tour, study tour. The bus got accident. Students, teachers, and passengers, they were died. They lost their life. They started their journey evening, and the journey was the full night journey. Unfortunately, that incident happened. This is a situation. There is a problem in that. Have you identified the problem? What are the causes of that problem? Students of Mount Carmel, you please respond. You know what was happened in Vadakanjeri incident. Just to identify whether you have sensitized that problem. Nothing else. Whether you have sensitized that problem. Yes. What is the problem actually? Yes, bus accident is there. That we know. What is the cause? What is the real cause of that issue? The real cause, identifying the real cause, and to be clarified, rectified. You say that when Ben C. Benedict said that it is overspeed. Okay. Any other cause? Lack of precautions, carelessness of the driver. Okay. There are three or four responses. Good. Actually, what about the real problem of night journey? Night journey, 12 hours continuous driving. Is it a cause? It can make the driver dizzy. It's okay. We know. See, sleepy driving. What is the cause of this sleepy driving and all? Fatigue and all. They continuously drive. You know that when we go for a tour from my college, normally we start in the evening. The entire night the driver is driving. The last night also, or the coming night also, he also go for the same work. Actually, our mentality towards the study tour and the trips, that has to be changed. Why don't we go for a day journey, see the nearby places, spend some time with the friends, enjoy your food, juice or drinks. See, you know that in Kerala and even in West Bengal also, we have number of tourist places around us. Unfortunately, we are not identifying all those things. In Europe, I have visited many European countries. In Europe, when the driver is driving, especially if it is in the bus, if he complete 4.5 hours, 45 minutes rest is there. Even in the daytime, in night time, there is no bus service, especially tour service. They are not interested in that. Night is for sleep. I hope you sensitized the problem. This is called sensitization. But unfortunately, many of the things we are not sensitizing. Why the students, they are not much serious in learning, especially the school children? Give me the sensitized cause. Why children are not that much serious in learning or in education, even in B.Ed also? Because all know that our evaluation is very, what we call is a very flexible. All will get A plus naturally. This is one problem. Not only the single problem. There are different causes. Evaluation is one of the problems. So this problem identification, problem sensitization, sensitizing, and defining it, that comes the first step. The second step is reviewing the literature and studies. You might have seen in some of the theses or in the project, the chapter called Review of Related Literature and Review of Related Studies. What is the difference? Is a review of literature and review of studies is same or different? Many people use it interchangeably. Simultaneously, people use review of literature and review of studies. What is the difference? You please put it in the chat box. Otherwise, you can use the mic. No need to type all those things. You please unmute your mic. Then share your idea. What is review of related literature and review of related studies? Is it different or same?
Sir, it is different, sir.
Different. You give me the idea. What is different? What difference is there?
Sir, review on literature is like we are reading more about literature, and review on studies is identifying the differences in their contribution or what they have observed, things like that.
Okay. Suppose if I take some ideas or concepts or theories or background from a book, normally it is literature, because the knowledge from the book, the knowledge from the general publishers, it is literature. Studies means the research studies conducted. Suppose if I have written an article on the problems of Indian education, or my own reviews on national policy on education 2020, that is literature only. Suppose if I have conducted a study on the implementation difficulties of national education policy or the national research funding, this is called study. Both are different. If I have written a book on the implementation difficulties of national education policy or the national research funding, this is called literature. Studies means the research studies conducted. In research, actually what we need is review of related studies than review of related literature. Both are different. Why we prefer studies? Because that is more scientific, that is more systematic, that is more objective, impartial also. So better to write review studies than literature. Doing literature review is, I won't say it is wrong, it is there and it is necessary also, but better go for studies because that is more scientific. Then this is the second level of step of research. Third step is formulation of hypothesis. When we speak about formulation of hypothesis, there are researchers, there no need of hypothesis is there. No need of hypothesis. There are researchers. Will you please suggest a research methodology? There is no need of hypothesis. No need of hypothesis formulation and no need of hypothesis testing. In which type of research? There is no need of hypothesis testing and hypothesis formulation. Anybody? Ex post facto. In ex post facto also, we can, not compulsory, we can prepare, and we are expected to prepare the hypothesis also, no problem. Any other answer? Any other? Action research. In action research also, we can go for hypothesis, no problem. Field research. Definitely in field research, we have hypothesis. What is hypothesis? Hypothesis is a tentative assumption. Qualitative research. In qualitative research, it is not compulsory to prepare hypothesis and hypothesis testing. Exploratory research, no need. But basically, in historical researches, no need of hypothesis testing. Why? In historical researches, there is no need of hypothesis testing. Why? Historical research is research on the past. What happened in the past? It has already happened. What happened in the past means it is already there. So no need of tentative assumptions, tentative conclusions, generalizations and assumptions based on that. But for some researchers, hypothesis testing is a must. Without hypothesis testing, that research will not be valid. What type of research that is? You name the research. In some researches, hypothesis testing is a must, compulsory. You give me the name of that type of research. Anybody? Anybody? Scientific research. What is that scientific research? It is experimental research. In experimental research, hypothesis testing is a must. Not for all quantitative. In experimental, it is a must. Experimental method is a quantitative one. Then somebody has written quantitative. See, may I ask a question related to the quantitative that you have written? My simple question is, a researcher who is interested for applying statistical techniques in his or her research, which is the first question to be asked in the mind? I repeat once again, when we go for statistical or interested in statistical procedures or statistical testing, the first question to be asked by the researcher is that. What is that first question to be asked? You unmute your mic and you share, please. Suppose if I am interested to use some statistical procedures for my analysis purpose, which is the first question to be asked in my mind, to be there in my mind? Many researchers, they find some problems in applying statistical techniques. Finally, they will be in confusion. Which statistics is to be used and all? There comes the first question.
So,
Yes.
what exactly is the measure that we are trying to figure out?
Yes.
Like that can be the question. Like what is the measures to be adopted, or
What is the
what are the
measures to be
tools,
adopted?
or what are the tools to use for analysis?
Yes.
That
Before
could be
that
the
also
question.
there is another question. I am asking about the basic first question. This is correct. Your answer is correct. But we need we need to go something deeper. I'll give the answer. The first question to be asked is whether the data could be quantified. If I cannot quantify the data, I cannot go for statistical procedures. When I select a tool, the first question in mind, whether what is the purpose of this tool, whether it is testing statistically or testing or giving a qualitative analysis of that. If it is testing statistically, which means we need to go for quantifying the data. That means whether the data could be quantified, whether I can give a score. Without this quantification, we cannot go for statistical procedures. That is the prerequisite and the first question. So we formulate hypotheses to test. So testing of hypothesis is compulsory in quantitative, especially experimental research. Then another step of research is collection of data relevant to the hypothesis. Collection of data relevant to the hypothesis. There we select the tool and all. We collect the data. We quantify it. Then we tabulate it. Then in the next step, we analyze the data. Analysis of the data. Analysis is being used by researchers in using different statistical packages. In education and social sciences, many people use the statistical package for social sciences, which is technically called SPSS. Many people use that. SPSS 20th version or 21st version people are using for analyzing the data. Then the final step of research is generalizations, conclusions, and recommendations. Generalization, conclusion, and recommendations. Here comes suggestions for further research, recommendations. See, in a research, the recommendations given by the researcher is important because these are the implications of the study. The recommendations are the recommendations to solve some other problems also. So that is more important. So these are the general steps actually involved in research. Then I have analyzed the sampling procedures, different types of researches, what is hypothesis, then what is the outcome of research. I am coming to the last part of our session. What are the outcomes of research? Will you please give some ideas on what are the outcomes? What do you feel about the result of the research? Outcomes of the research. Anybody? What are the outcomes of research? Please use the chat box. The major thing is solving problems. The problem solved is one of the major outcomes. New found knowledge, new theories, new generalizations, new procedures, new practices, everything. That is the outcome of research. Good. Any other thing? Knowledge is generated. That is already analyzed. Knowledge is generated. New knowledge or the old knowledge which is modified also. New procedures. Contribution to the society. That is more important. But many people are not concerned about that. Actually, each and every research is meant for developing the nation or the society. I'll give a small example. You know, which is the country in the world give the maximum amount of their GDP for research, and which is a percentage of that country, the amount which is spent for research, funding of research. You know which country use more money from their GDP for funding research? Name the country first. Please don't take much time because we have only 10 minutes more. Name the country. Japan, USA, USA, USA. Your answer is wrong. Your answer is wrong. That country is Israel. They are spending 4.4% of their GDP for funding researches. You know how much is India spent for research? A large country like India spent for research. In Israel, their share is 4.3, 4.36 or 37. That's much. America is second, 4.2 only. Japan is below. What is the share of India? That is only 0.69% of the GDP. Very sad to say that below 1% is being utilized for research. That is the problem of our nation. We need good researchers. We need funds for the researchers. Then only the changes in the society will happen. Then only the superstitions will be reduced. Then only new scientific advancements will come. Then only the new scientific spirit also will come. Unfortunately, we are little backward in that area. So we need good researchers. We need good funds. So why I am telling this is, one of the major outcome of research is contribution to the society, contribution to the development of the nation. That also is the outcome of the society. That is why we give some recommendations at the last part of the thesis. We give some recommendation. This is to be implemented, this will happen. Actually, we need number of eco-friendly, environment-friendly packages, research-based solutions for the problems of the nation. Even highly educated people, they are not using their scientific sense. Even now, people are in evil practices and superstitions. Research is scientific, research is logical, research is impartial. And again, research is problem solving through scientific and systematic procedures. Problem solving through scientific and systematic procedures. And that is research. So these are the outcomes. The country's growth and development, contribution to the society, the solved problem, measures to resolve the problems generated, what all things, the new mechanisms, the new practices, the new inventions, all those are the results of or outcomes of our research. Again, our publications also is a result of the research. Our publications also. Other people will read and they may follow researches. We have started a PhD research center and we are going to inaugurate that research center tomorrow. And in that function, we are publishing our research books also. All the research is done by faculty is being published. That also is a research outcome. Suppose if my thesis is kept in the library only or in the shelf only, people of the world will not see, they will not read. That is not the clear outcome. Only those who come to the library can see. You publish and give it in the Amazon, that also is an outcome. Or in any of the online platform, or in any of the print media. So these are the outcomes. Our researches, our research papers, our research articles, our thesis published, everything is a research outcome. So think about the research outcome also. So by this, I conclude my session. Once again, I thanking you all for your participation. We know that research is a scientific search for knowledge, no doubt. And finding solutions in an objective manner, no doubt. Our research is objective and systematic analysis. And it is development of what we call the generalizations, the principles, the new theories, the conclusions, and maybe for prediction, maybe understanding the future concerns, future events, how to control the future issues. Those are the result of our research. Then educational research is a study and investigation in the field of education or bearing upon educational problems. We have a number of problems like classroom problems, quality related problems, cost of education related problems, discrimination related problems, and all. We need good researchers, application of scientific method in this. So thank you all. You say my regards to your principal of Loreto College, Calcutta. You say that Dr. Thangachan from Kerala had given his regards to sister, and wish you all the best, and thank you all. Thank you, the Mount Carmel family also. The Carmel Forum is organizing all these things. It's good. But to the students, let me give a small comment. Be active in the group, because what is needed is interaction and collaboration nowadays. Otherwise, this is misuse of technology. Using the technology means using the technology for good purpose, and the purpose which is entitled for us. So thank you once again all. Thank you for your cooperation, collaboration, and good words. Also, you have shared your thoughts. Then I am giving some questions to you, more than 60 questions. If you have enough time today or tomorrow or the next week also, no problem. This will be helpful for your UGC NET examination and for the state level eligibility test examination also, to do that questions. And the coordinators and the leaders of this program will share my material, my PPT, this research summary, and the questions to you. So thank you all. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thanks, sir, for the wonderful session. Now the platform is open for discussion. Participants can raise their queries.
Dear participants, if you want to clarify your doubts, please go ahead.
Dear teacher, may I leave? They are not asking a question. May I leave because I have class at 12:30? Because otherwise, my students here, they will suffer.
Sir, we'll wind
Okay.
up within 1 or 2 minutes. Could you stay back for 1 or 2 minutes?
Okay,
Just-
okay, no problem.
Okay. Students, please proceed.
We have come to an end of today's session. I invite Ms. Anita Della, first year B.Ed, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, all. Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. T.C. Thangachan, Principal Loreto College, Kolkata, Sister Christine Cotinpo, Principal Mount Carmel College of Teacher Education for Women, Professor Dr. Suma Joseph, Teacher Coordinators Dr. Lisi Koshi, Dr. Miri Shiva Jose, Dr. Nidhu Nina Workis, Faculty members of Loreto College, Mount Carmel College, and my dear friends. It's my great honor and privilege to propose vote of thanks on this memorable occasion. Let me start by giving glory to the Almighty God for making today's occasion a resounding success. Next, I would like to express my gratitude to all the esteemed delegates of the webinar for their presence and contribution. My sincere thanks to Honorable Chief Guest Dr. T.C. Thangachan to take time out of his busy schedule to grace the event. Thank you for the insightful session, sir. On behalf of the college, I extend my sincere thanks to Sister Christine Cotinpo, Principal of Loreto College, who extended their collaboration in today's webinar. I also thank the faculty and the students of Loreto College. Thank you, Professor Dr. Suma Joseph, for being the catalyst in organizing the event. A special mention of thanks to Dr. Lisi Koshi, Dr. Miri Shiva Jose, Dr. Nidhu Nina Workis for all the support and guidance that you have provided for the smooth conduct of the webinar. Thanks to the student coordinator, Ms. Nimi Kurian. Let me conclude by extending thanks to all the entire team of student volunteers and participants for your participation and cooperation. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much, sir. Sangathan, sir. Now you may leave. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir, and thank you all from Loreto College, especially Sister.